Today we're going to be talking about skill development structure and how we're going to put together an entire workout based on what you need and what we see during the game. My name is Coach William Lowe and I'm the founder of Strive Basketball and Performance and Strive Goal Team. Let's get into it, guys. Okay, off the bat, I want everybody to know that I'm a big proponent of small group training. Small group training is anywhere between 2 to 6 people. And I suggest that you guys do small group training 80% of your skill development sessions. The other 20%, feel free to go on your own, get a lot of shots up by yourself, do a lot of ball handling. Maybe that is a block practice. You can do it against cones if you want, but 80% should be in a small group. And here are the following reasons. Number 1, it gives you context. Number 2, it gives you pressure. Whenever you're doing a drill on offense and there's defense, everything changes. Number 3, it tests your vision and anticipation. When you're working out by yourself, you simply don't really need these 3 things. And number 4, and very, very importantly, it's going to test your defense and your rebounding ability. A lot of coaches in skill development sessions overlook being able to play good defense, pressuring the ball, understanding help, standing in the gap. Very, very important because you're going to be playing defense at least 50% of the time. And rebounding. Very simply, a lot of games are won and lost off of rebounding. Why would you not put these 2 vital skills into every single skill development session? So these are the reasons why we do small group training and we love it and we see the best results from it. And now we're going to talk about how to look at your film and translate it onto the court. All right, before we go into our skill development sessions, as a coach, we need to understand the 4 phases of basketball. We're going to start in transition offense. That's when we get a defensive rebound and we push the ball up. Transition offense then turns into half-court offense and we cannot score in transition. Once we've shot the ball and the other team get the defensive rebound, we now have to run back onto transition defense. Hopefully, if we can stop them in transition, we then play them half-court defense. Now, when looking at skill development, it is rather easy to work on half-court offense, half-court defense, and even transition offense. The biggest one that's hardest to work on is transition defense, and I suggest that you consult the team coach in order to see what their philosophy is. But these are the 3 quadrants that we want to hammer on a daily basis. Okay, so then the next part is our shot chart. So we need to know where the players are getting their shots as well as the stats of the overall game. The stats of the overall game are great, but it doesn't tell the entire story of how we can construct a very good skill development session in order for maximum transfer. So we have to look at where is the player getting the shots. It could easily look something like this, where they're getting the majority of their shots from the corner, a couple from the top of the key, and then some in the mid-range. Then after we do that, we need to know, is the player getting the majority of their 2s and 3s in half-court set, or are they going to get it in transition? This is going to allow us to have maximum context in order for us to develop a skill development session for them to have maximal transfer into the game when it matters most. Okay, and then finally we're going to be talking about the types of shots. And this is going to be specifically for the half-court set. So we're getting certain shots, we know the location, we know the stats, but what kind of shots are they actually getting in half-court? Is it a catch and shoot? Is it on the move like a blast cut? Is it through a backdoor cut? Because we even say that our shots, layup is a shot. So is it during a backdoor cut? Or is it off actions and triggers? Like pick and roll, flare screens, cuts on a flare screen. What type of shots are they looking for? What type of sets are their teams running? So once we compile all this information, we can make it as specific as possible for that player or that team in order for them to see the most improvement. So this is how we compile a skill development session on a macro level, looking at all these pieces of information and making sure that we develop a skill development session that is specific to that player and that team. In the next episode, we're going to talk about the micro side of how we structure an actual workout. I really hope that this episode has gotten you a lot of value. Make sure you leave us a like and subscribe to our channel for weekly content. Thanks so much, guys.